Hello guys, and welcome to my channel. I am here today to show you the Turfmaster HDX with a 30-inch deck, and it comes from Toro, and the engine by way of Kohler. I'm going to show you the basic features of this and compare it to the TimeMaster. And let's start with the engine. Now, you get a Kohler Command Pro. This is a commercial engine. So this 3-year warranty you see, this is for residential or commercial use. If you get the TimeMaster, you only get a 45-day to 90-day warranty if you use it in a commercial capacity. So 45 days versus 3 years, the value is there. You're wondering why this is so much more expensive, because they use quality components on this. That Briggs & Stratton 223 cc, I believe it is, with 10.5 foot-pounds of torque. This is 200 cc, but this is a better made engine than that Briggs & Stratton. So this is definitely better. We're looking at the air filter. So it's connected by these two clips. This is a 2022 model. So this thing is nice and snug. And as you can see, it protects debris from going up and under. And you have that tab on the air intake. So you aren't going to have debris that can get into your air intake and foul the engine. So I believe they've fixed the air filter as well. There used to be a problem with this when they used to use the Kawasaki engine, but I believe they have addressed that issue. So they have a better engine, and they have a better air filter as well. Okay, nice and snug. This is a 13-gauge steel deck with a full bullnose bumper. If you get the TimeMaster instead of the Turfmaster, you don't get this full bumper up front, nor do you get the engine guard, because the TimeMaster, they accept, I think, it's a dethatcher as well as a striper. You can get accessories for this, but I'm not sure how they attach. So if you know better than I, please comment down below. Another way that this saves time over the TimeMaster is the TimeMaster, you have to pull this little strip of steel that I've heard kind of cuts into your fingers. They also have another one where they have a knob that you can pull, but you have to adjust each wheel independently. So you have to do that to all 4 wheels. With this, simple operation. On one side, you squeeze this and you push down or you pull up. And that goes from 5 inches all the way down to 1.5 inches. These wheels, I've heard they do go bald kind of quick, but they could do a better job with that. But I do like the adjustment, as well as that full bumper and the wraparound engine guard. So if you're going underneath bushes, kind of blind and you can't see, you have a level of protection, as well as you're not going to be starting a fire if something comes in contact with your muffler, which it can't because you got this thing in front of it. This is an aluminum frame. Okay, what's next? Right here you have your fuel filter. That's self-explanatory. Then you come over here, and that's your fuel control valve, so it's currently on, and you could shut it off that way. This here is not connected to anything. So back in the day, if you wanted to change your oil, you had to lift up your lawnmower and tilt it over and empty out the gas here, or you would have to take a bolt off underneath the deck. So that still means picking up your lawnmower. With this, this is 173 pounds plus a gallon of gas. So It is a little over 20 pounds heavier than the TimeMaster. There's your model number, serial number. I'm not sure if this already has a spark arrestor or not. If you know better than I, go ahead and leave a comment and let people know. And please leave a source. But what this allows is you can take that off and easily empty out your oil and dispose of it responsibly. Oh, so what's up next? We have your throttle control. There is the off position, from slow up to fast, or turtle to rabbit. And if you want to start it, you turn your choke on. You have that and the easy pull. So let's see. So yeah, nice and easy. And like I was saying, this is a push lawnmower with a 1-gallon gas tank. If you get the TimeMaster, that has a 1.2 gallon, or I'm sorry, 1.2 quart gas tank, or 0.3 gallons. So while it has to go get 3 drinks back and forth to the truck or trailer, this has a full gallon capacity gas can or gas tank. You want non-ethanol, 87 octane or better. I use non-ethanol, 90 octane. And it has that string so that you're not going to be losing this. No debris. It has your vent, so if it gets hot, you're not going to be pushing gas out of here. You also have a little gasket which protects any gas from coming up this way. So it's going to vent any kind of fumes out of there. Okay. Over here is your, this is 2.5 bushel, your bagger, which easily disconnects. It just has little tabs that lays in there, so you can pick that up, take it off, and you have that there so that you can push that tab, pull out your guard, and you can bag that way. But currently it's set up for mulching. And of course, if you do go for mulching or side discharge, you want to make sure that your guard is in place so that you're not getting debris being thrown at you, other people, or other people's property. If you would like to do side discharge, you come over here, pick this up. It's under tension, as you can see, and you'll just push right here. And then you can put in your plastic discharge chute, which does come with this mower. Next up is your, I think they call it a dual bale system, but this here, that engages or turns off your blade. This deals with the self-propelled feature. If you try to engage your blade, it's not going to work. So you have to take off the lock first by picking up here, and then you can engage the blade. And make sure you don't just slam it down. Let it go in nice and easy, and when you let go, don't let it go fast because you don't want to be stressing your cable. And as you can see, there's a little bit of play in there, and 1/8 of an inch is fine. But when I received this, I had about an inch of play, so I had to tighten this up. How do you tighten this? I've heard people use a zip tie. Don't do that. Okay, what you do is you come over here to the front, and you never use a knife, but unfortunately that's what I had handy, so I'm not going to use the sharp side. And this is an old one with a broken tine, so you'll take this and you'll rotate it about 15 degrees. Come on, you can do it. As you can see, you can just lift this out. And if you look in there, you're going to see that bolt right there. That's a 3/8 inch bolt that you loosen, and you take that jacket with the cable underneath and you pull it until all of the slack is out. Don't put it under tension. You just want to remove the slack. Go ahead and tighten that bolt again so that your cable doesn't have any slack left. And you can see that you can adjust the tension on the belt there. And you'll put this on like that. And you turn this and you press it in. Click. Same over here. And your cable is nice and tight and ready for service again. Over here, if you want to engage your self-propelled feature, you'll pull this, and don't just think it's on and off. This goes from 0 miles per hour. The more you press, it goes up to 4 miles per hour. The TimeMaster does go faster at 4.5 miles an hour, but I don't want my grass being ripped. So only having a top speed of 4 miles an hour or slightly over 6 kilometers an hour, I like the Turfmaster better. And if you do this over here, this is your parking brake. So let's say you're transporting this in your truck or trailer and you don't want it sliding around like it can right now. Or if it's on a hill, as you can see, it's going to run away from you. Engage your parking brake and it won't go anywhere. You still need to strap this down securely if you're transporting it, but this gives you a level of protection. If you need to pick up some trash or something, and you're on an incline, you don't want to be playing the game of holding onto your lawnmower while you reach for your trash. So you go ahead and turn your parking brake on. Now, what happens if you're, okay, turn that back on. What happens if you're reaching for some trash or limb and you have to get too close to here? You don't want to be losing fingers. So what you do, so you're mowing, and what you do is you let go of here. That's going to disengage the blade, but it's still going to leave the engine running, and you'll be able to hear the difference. So with the blade off, you can safely remove your trash or whatever you're picking up and go ahead and keep on mowing. Now, if your parking brake is on and you go to engage your self-propelled feature, it's going to shut off the parking brake and allow you to keep mowing. So nice safety features here with the parking brake, as well as the lock for your blade. Oh, the wraparound bumper over here, your dipstick, and you want your oil level to be right in the middle of those two holes. Don't overfill it, don't underfill it. Make sure you follow the manufacturer's directions. Your teeny weeny itty bitty oil filter. What's next? I mean, come on, a 1 gallon gas tank. I still love that. It's freaking huge for a push mower. All right, what else haven't I shown you? Oh yeah, the blade. And like I said, this is 173 pounds, 20 pounds heavier than the TimeMaster. So, as you can see, it has 2 blades instead of 1 on a push mower, self-propelled. And here is, well, this here This protects you from any kind of debris coming at you and hitting you, property, or somebody else. But the weak point is right here. This is where it's going to rip. This is where it's going to tear, because when you're going back and forth, this is flexing, and they've used some crappy, I don't know if it's rubber or what it is, but you got to watch this. Because this will fail and you don't want to put yourself in danger, so make sure you keep an eye on this. It has a nice beefy transmission. I believe it's at least twice as much as the TimeMaster's transmission. The TimeMaster transmission has a little pulley on the other side. The pulley is plastic. On this, it's bigger and it's also metal, so it's not going to wear out as quick, so you get more value. Something important is right here. This is a spacer, and what this spacer allows you to do, there's an orientation mark on here, as well as these two tabs. This allows you to orientate your mower blade correctly. These are 15.4 inches long. They're about $21.95. The spacer is about $6. What the spacer does is it does orientate it so that when it spins, it doesn't hit the other blade. Because if you'll see, this blade stops about right there. And this actually goes over that. So if that spacer is compromised because you hit a root or a rock or some other obstruction and this stops, these can be sheared off. So you need to immediately stop what you're doing and replace your spacer. With them only being $6 a piece, keep a couple of them in your toolbox and be prepared for any eventuality. These blades are $21.95 a piece. And with a 15.4 times 2 blades, you get a full 30-inch cutting width. And this deck from edge to edge is 32 inches. And I've already mowed once, and as you can see, there's really not any grass to speak of, because I like to keep my deck nice and clean. Over here, though, it is summer and the grass out here is burned. So let's see what else we got here. And when you're operating this, make sure you always have your steel-toed boots on, as well as safety glasses to make sure that you keep yourself safe. Let's see if I'm forgetting anything here. Side discharge, the oil, the air filter. I don't think I am. So I do appreciate you guys stopping by. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Oh, here we go. I forgot one thing. For the rear deck, you have this nice beefy bar that you'll pick up. And then what I do is either pick up or push down on the frame. And once again, you can change it from 5 inches down to 1 1/2 inches. And currently I have it set at 2.5. That's where I'm comfortable mowing. So I will see you guys next time. Thanks for stopping by.